Okay, anime fans, let's rewind those clocks back 21 years ago to see what anime was up to in the 1990s. After the second golden age of anime began in 1980 and ended in 1989, anime and its industry began to decline within the early years of the 90s. Welcome to the History of Anime Part 4A, and I am Big D318, the fat and glorious bastard of anime. It is believed that Hideaki Anno wanted to revive anime and its industry by writing and directing the controversial anime known as Neo Genesis Evangelion as the ultimate otaku anime series in 1995. The reason that this series was so controversial is that Anno had made a heavy critique on the culture, sex, and violence during the middle of the production of the series, and the series reflected it. Pardon me. Let me grab a drink here. I had to wet my whistle. Alright. The controversy surrounding this series had gained attention and publicity in the mainstream media and in the public. In spite of the controversy surrounding the series, it became a smashing hit with anime fans. The most successful film of this series was entitled The End of Evangelion in 1997, which grossed over $10 million. And Anno would eventually go on to produce live-action films. With many of the controversial scenes within this anime series, it forced TV Tokyo to clamp down on censorship of violence and sex within anime. As a result of this crackdown on censorship, Cowboy Bebop, when it first aired in '98, was heavily edited and only half of the series was ever aired for television. That really stinks. I gotta give Hideaki Anno major props for what he did at this point for anime. Also, I gotta give TV Tokyo and their censorship 3 things. 1, 2 birdies. 2, a major fuck you. And 3, and kiss my inglorious ass. Since the scandalous major effect of Evangelion on the TV anime industry as a whole, TV censorship crackdown has relaxed its hold a tad bit in the late 90s. In addition, Evangelion started up a series of so-called post-Evangelion shows that aired a series of giant robot genre shows with some kind of religious or difficult plots. This was coupled with late-night Japanese television that aired experimental anime films. The post-Evangelion shows were Ra Zephon, Brain Powered, and Gasaraki. And the late-night shows were Megazone 23, which originally aired in '85 but was re-aired in the '90s, Ghost in the Shell in '95, Serial Experiments Lay-In in '98, Boogie Pop Phantom in Y2K, and Zingnolizi in '03, Paranoia Agent in '04. These anime shows had a strong influence on the movie The Matrix. In the late 90s, there was a brief revival of the super robot, real robot, and mecha anime genres from the 60s and 70s. The Gundam and Macross series were brought back in response to the post-Evangelion series and trends. The super robot genre began their response with Gaio Gar in 1997, yet there were very few popular shows of this genre that were produced until Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann in '07. I have to get another drink here, another swig to wet my whistle. The real robot genre, alongside with its counterpart Super Robot, was in the same state and declining in popularity on both fronts. Very few shows were maintaining popularity. The Gundam series produced very few shows in this decade, like Mobile Fighter G Gundam in '94 and the new Mobile Report Gundam Wing in '95. It wasn't until Mobile Suit Gundam Seed in '02 regained the popularity of the real robot genre. 3 new genres were spawned in this decade. They were the video game anime series, martial arts superhero anime, and magical girl anime. Yes, I'll mention titles that are coming to mind right now. Probably your first response. Most popular and well known of the video games anime series is Pokemon with Pikachu and Ash. Woo! For all the little kitties. From the martial arts superhero anime is the well-known series, you probably guessed it already, Dragon Ball with Goku and Gohan. And from the magical girl anime series is, you probably guessed it already, Sailor Moon. Every guy has to or gotta chase those skirts. Yeah! As you may know, these series still have international fame and fortune. Alright, continuing on. In 1997, Hayao Miyazaki produced a film entitled Princess Mononoke. It became one of the most expensive anime films at the time. It cost $20 million to produce. Miyazaki personally checked each of the 144,000 cells within the film, and it was estimated and rumored that he personally redrawn parts of 80,000 of them. That's quite impressive. That flips my cookies. How about yours? I personally like this film for the storyline, plots, characters, and most importantly, the artwork. Here's a tad bit of info here. Billy Bob Thornton done voice acting within this film. If you watch this film, pay attention and guess which character he played. Princess Mononoke is a good family-oriented film. So if you're a parent and have kids, or you have younger brothers and sisters and parents and you're still living at home, this is a very good pick for a family movie night. Everyone will enjoy it, and it's a good pick. Also in the late 90s, we see anime crossing the borders into live action, starting with Great Teacher Onizuka in '99, continuing on with Hanayori Dango in '05, and Jigoku Shoujo in '06, and Nodam Cantabile among them. That's it for the anime in the 90s. In part 4B of the history of anime, we're going back in time to Y2K till the present. And anime fans, this is Big D318, the fat and glorious bastard of anime. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side.